You got your drink? You ready to go?
I'm ready. Ready.
Recovered from Saturday?
Ooh, I think so.
Recovered yet?
No, not really.
Just catching up on my sleep from Saturday.
Yeah.
More rain today, more rain tomorrow. Yeah.
All sorts of rain every day.
Every day rain this week.
Yes, sir.
Rain all weekend. Probably no big car racing. Friday at Midway.
I won't be here Friday. I'll be racing little cars with my little guy.
That's right.
He's totally into it. Just spamming is what I'm doing right now. I'm spanning. Spamming?
Here we go. All right. I guess we're live. I don't see myself, but we're live.
You should see yourself.
Okay.
Nobody wants to see that.
There we are.
All right.
Outstanding. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 8 of the Dewey and Jesse Show. May of 2020. So, good weekend?
I had a blast. I had a fantastic weekend.
Outstanding.
My little guy had
a good time.
Oh my gosh.
I thought
first win and he went nuts.
I thought that was the Daytona win over there walking off. Dropped the mic.
Yeah. So now I'm relegated to washing tires. Somebody's got to win on my team. And he's the only winner we got.
He's the only winner you got. So
yes, sir.
Most definitely. So welcome everybody. Glad you could join us for this podcast tonight. As we basically we're going to get into recapping the 5th annual Ozark RC Shootout later on in the program. But before we get started, we got some shout outs.
We got any better on the volume?
Oh, better
Shane,
volume.
let us know.
It's turned up. We're good to go. Shane said we can barely hear you. Did we catch everybody up there who's already chimed in with comments? Yep. Hey, Shane Wheeler, thanks for joining in, bud. Hope things are going good up there in Oklahoma for you. So, some shout outs. Weekend. First thing we got to thank is you, the racers.
List.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, you, the racers. That came out in a number that we didn't even fathom was going to happen. 134 racers, I think it was.
Yep.
134 entries on the track. So thank you, the racer, for making that trip down to the new facility. Astonished. I mean, I was just astonished at that car count. We have to thank everybody that helped put this together. I mean, there were a lot of hands out there that helped build this facility, fighting through the mud, fighting with Mother Nature, fighting with...
Yeah, Mother Nature wasn't giving in.
No.
I mean, she let up for race day, which is good.
It was good.
But,
yeah, we had 2 months to build it, but we only had maybe 3 weeks. Yeah. between everything.
Right.
So thanks for everybody that came out and helped build this facility. The pit stop wants to thank everybody that came out and kept them busy.
I'll tell you what, I want to thank the pit stop.
They were busy.
Ashley and John, was it 18 pounds
18
pulled
pounds
pork?
Pulled pork, 66 hamburgers.
I know some backup had to be called in.
They made several trips.
The actual track owner had to come down and help, didn't she?
Mama Bear had to go.
Yeah.
And, you call her in. Yeah. It's like calling in the Marines.
Right.
It was the pit stop did an amazing job. They expanded their menu, wide variety of everything, and of course, as always, that pulled pork was on the mark.
Awesome. The only place I saw John was on the grill the whole day.
Yeah, I didn't see John until like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Honestly, to the very end, he was there the whole time.
Yeah. So the pit stop. Thanks everybody, and we thank the pit stop for coming out.
Right.
We definitely want to thank our sponsor, Atchison Lawn Care and Tree Service, who really helped make this happen.
Yeah.
With the trophies and everything. They were there all night.
They were.
Just missed them at the very end there for being the pitchers, but they were there all night. So the family was out there. They had employees out there. I saw them a few times I did get out of my cave. Saw them out there.
Yeah, you were locked up all night too.
Yeah,
That's
there
right.
was no leaving that right there. You know, I definitely was a busy man in there, but great sponsor. Can't thank them enough for sponsoring this race. Step up to the plate. Unfortunately, the Retroplex, who has sponsored this race every year of its existence, you know, got caught up in that whole COVID-19, shut the business down.
Yep.
You know, the skating rink. But you know, we understand with Brian, and Brian was saddened that he couldn't continue that because he's been the sponsor for that race.
Right.
And he looks forward to that race, brings his family out, and what a great family, and they have a great business down there in St. Roberts. So thanking the sponsors for what they did for us at the track. And again, just a shout out to you, the racers. Some long drives. We had 4 states represented.
Folks came.
Kansas, Arkansas, Illinois, you know, came down there, just surprised the heck out of us, you know, that number of racers came down to join us in Crocker, Missouri, and enjoy the new facility. So, I don't know how else to say thanks. I mean, I was overwhelmed with,
That's great.
with seeing everybody out there, and I need to thank everybody for the great comments. I mean, I've been flooded with comments, sent to me, through the personal messaging, messenger and everything, of people thanking us for a great facility. They had a great time, you know, and that's true. I feel if you're gonna take time out to send me a message, that's true.
Yeah,
you know?
there were some great write-ups. Some racers did some awesome write-ups.
And
I think you
I
shared them on
my page,
on your page. So if you guys haven't checked them out, check out those write-ups.
Yeah, the track
really
reports.
good.
They were good reports. They talked what they had. You know, I couldn't be more happier. And I got to thank Matt. You know, Matt hung up his cars and focused on the track. It's a green track, you know, so there was a lot of unknowns with how that dirt's going to react. And hats off to him. He kept it in. He kept it in there. And you know, when people say loose track, you know, they like to be on a loose track. You know, how many people actually have a loose track? Well, loose track is identified, basically, I do anyways, is that people burn up tires. And I asked several racers in that, did you burn tires?
Burn a tire at all.
No one burned up tires. I didn't hear anybody saying they burned up a set of tires.
Right.
You know, that's a testament to the track conditions. You know, was it loose? Was it still a loose track? And it didn't groove up. So thanks to Matt for.
And not only was it a green track, it was 134 cars on that track. You know, I mean, it's not like you had 50 cars. I mean, you pushed it to the max.
We
you
did,
know what I'm saying?
14,000
and I
laps.
thought that the track held up great. You know.
Lord knows there was a lot of moisture in that dirt. You know,
Yeah.
from Mother Nature. So you walk in some spots and you feel like, wow, this is kind of.
But that didn't affect the car. I mean, the car
It
doesn't weigh 230 pounds like I do.
Yeah.
So.
I guess you're light on that, right? You know, give yourself some credit. I got it. Don't worry about it. All right.
Camera puts 10 pounds on.
That's right. Mark Decker, thanks for everything. For you and Helen for coming out from Final Stop Diecast. They're on site.
Oh, my Aunt Jenny's on. Thanks. You like the hat?
But yeah, I want to thank everybody. And so then we got a couple thanks out. You know, All Star.
Yep.
Speedway came there with a group of people. Charlie
saved the day
with parts that he
telling
had
you.
in there, you know. So hats off to All Star for coming up and providing parts and keeping those racers in the race.
Right.
The couple times I could see way over there, I could see heads in the trailer, you know. So it seemed like there was always some heads in the trailer. Thanks to Triple H guys that came up from Triple H. They had a good group of racers that came up there. Walked away some hardware, you know, from down there. So we thank those guys coming up, you know, and thank was it Chris Fowler and I can't remember the other guys that drove all the way from Kansas.
Yeah.
You know, to come down.
That dude's fast.
And yeah.
That dude's fast.
Some people probably say, man, you can probably stay up there, but he smoked us, smoked everybody, you know.
Yeah, stay over in Kansas. Don't come back over here.
But thanks again for all of you guys making those trips. And you know, one thing we didn't expect was the car count, and that took us into a late night of racing. You know, we thank all those that hung with us to get the show in. You know, there was no breaks. We never had to tear the track up. You know, we went straight from round 1 to round 2 right to the mains. So we pushed as hard as we could. You know, the marshaling was okay. You know, get people out there. You know, It could have been better.
Some people can't spell Marshall.
No, they couldn't.
But that's okay. You know, as we go along, we'll get this.
We'll work on that.
Yeah.
But it got to be a late show.
But that's not just Outlaw Lane. That's everywhere.
That's everywhere. You know, and the show's only as fast as Marshall.
Right.
Once you get out there. But it got to be a late show with the car count. And yeah, hindsight 2020. If we knew that many cars were coming, we probably would have started sooner. You know, but we've never had that high of a car count.
Yeah.
So, and not that we don't mind it, but
no, it's a good problem to have.
yeah, it's a good problem to have. And next time we know if we're expecting this, then we'll probably start earlier, obviously for
Right.
that trophy race type of event. But we thank those that hung with us to get the show in. And I've been there, got that 2-hour drive, 3-hour drive,
Right.
3-4 o'clock, rolling in some
Yeah.
driveway, you know.
Yeah.
But if you're
Cody's
racing,
on. I'm a big racer. That's my winner.
Yeah,
Hey, Cody.
There's your all time right there.
The only winner in the family right now.
Okay, so shout outs. I think we caught it. I want to make sure I got everybody. You know, because there was a lot of people to
Just
thank.
shout out to everybody
that came and helped us with the facility, getting it ready, and because there was a lot of hands that went into getting this track ready to go and making it what it was. It wasn't just us, but there were some good days, there were some bad days, but we got it together, you know.
Yeah.
So and it turned out great, and I had a good time. We had a good time out there, and we thank everybody again for
The
coming.
Shellers are back. They've been kind of on a hiatus for a couple of years.
they
Kevin
have.
came back pulling, and now his boys. I think Landon took third.
Landon took third, you know.
In the novice, so it's good to have them
He was
back.
actually sitting in the TQ with novice out there, you know. So
Yeah.
and we're gonna get to all those results here.
Yes, sir.
As we get into let's talk about the shootout. You know, you think?
Yeah.
Ready to do that? Let's do it. Let's talk about the shootout. All right,
Let's talk about some street stocks.
Street stock action, and we had some chimes in. Tyler, Luke, he called the week before. He had a new deal run. Man, he should have called me, bud.
Yeah.
And Charlie, great. Thank you again, bud.
Yeah. Thanks for saving my weekend coming up, Charlie. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Okay, as we put the spectacles on because of age. Street stock action. So, Street stock found John Baxter with the bounty on there, and sitting in the qualified TQ and led every lap.
He did.
Basically drove away in that one. David Burlingame jumped into the street stock. You know, he's a mod and a sprint guy. Gave him a run for his money, 2 seconds behind him. And Shane Landis 4 seconds behind second place. So Shane qualified 6th, finished 3rd. That's a good run right there.
That's a good run.
A really good run right there. So hats off to John Baxter for not letting anybody cash in on that bounty that you placed.
I owe him a sweet tea, he said.
Good racing action though. I mean, I thought, I'll be honest with you, if we had a bookie out there with odds, I probably would have lost the farm because in the hot laps, in the heat races, you know, I would have bet on old Larry the Legend. Larry Eicher out there, I would have bet. I would have bet on Larry.
Yeah.
His car looked good. His car looked good.
Larry always looks good though.
It does, and I would have put money down on Larry. Larry unfortunately started 4th, finished 6th. You know, but I definitely was like. Plus, I just like that black number 3.
It does look good.
It looks good.
It's a good car.
Short course late model.
Ooh.
So here
I
you
had
go.
fun in that race, by the way. Even though I
Brand
buzzed
new
the ground.
class we're running first time this year at Outlaw Lane. We have never ran a short course late model there, and we had a heck of a turnout. I mean,
The big cars look good on that track.
I can't remember. We had I would say 16 or so.
There's quite a few
on that, but Chris Fowler, who made the long drive, you know, from Kansas down.
Dude's fast.
It's a 45 lap race, and was a TQ and led 45 laps.
He's fast. I broke my car to the ground trying to catch him.
Yeah, he basically said, drop mic, I'm done.
Yep.
Thank you.
He said,
I'll give you autographs on the way out of here. Top three was your top three qualifiers. Shane Landis finished second, and Tommy, his partner, walking away. They both walked away with some hardware, finishing third. You know, so. But hats off to Chris. Took TQ and led every single lap out there. Wingless.
This is what Matt usually runs his wing. Oh no, Matt wing just usually falls off. Sorry.
Yeah.
I always get confused on that.
First time we ran wingless there at Outlaw Lane, and because wingless is becoming a very popular class. You know,
it is.
You can't ignore that class. Then the mailman.
Yeah, the mailman.
Doug Stone driving up from Arkansas, sat on the TQ and led all 50 laps.
Yep.
And didn't look back. The great Shane Klaus finished second, started sixth, finished second. You know, he had a good run.
Freight train moving
up. And to me, the surprise of the race, Brett Bennett qualified seventh, made the show, finished third. You know, hats off to Brett.
Yep.
Coming down from St. Louis, he was very consistent. He ran 24 laps in third place there at the very end. Basically got into third place way past lap 24, 25, and took third and hung on to third. So we finished seventh or qualified seventh, finished third. So hats off to Brett. Congratulations to you guys. And to always, I love seeing the mailman Doug Stone. He's a hoot, and I'm happy for him. Short course B mod.
Another fun race.
Wow.
For me.
What a action race in the short course B mod. And there's so much to look at here on this race. So first of all, hats off to Dusty Cream for winning the race. You know, of course, he's last year's SMS Series champion in the B mod, coming down from Jeff City area, and he had his hands full. You know, he only led 28 laps. Of course, the most important one was the last lap. You know, but he led 28 laps, ran 11 in second, and ran 6 laps in third.
There's a lot of 6.8, 6.7s going down there.
You know,
I mean, even down to the 7th place, 6.8, 6.7 for fast laps.
They were rolling.
These guys were fast.
So Dusty qualified third. You know, that was the thing. He qualified third. John Baxter was a TQ.
Mm-hmm.
Running out front, broke. You know.
Outlaw Lane broke.
Jeremy Haggard, he led 10 laps. And in the lead, you know, he took over lap 9, he took over the lead, broke on lap 19.
Yep.
You know, and had his car out front. And then basically you got Dusty then be able to, who was right there, he qualified third. You know, with Jeremy was qualified second, and Baxter was first. But then Dusty was able to capitalize on that, took the win. Dalton Sapp, his racing partner, took second, qualified sixth, took second. And Shane Landis, who qualified fifth, finished third in that race.
Shane said he was there just to collect hardware. And he kept good on that promise.
Yeah, he didn't get into third place for the six last laps. You know, but he was there to make it happen.
That's it.
You know, he was 2.1 seconds behind out of second place. You know, but congratulations to Dusty for taking the win in the short course B mod, and what was an exciting race, and then it turned into attrition.
It did.
Midwest mod. Let's see, Midwest mod. So the mailman, Doug Stone, qualified second but took the win, led 47 of the 50 laps. Michael Brown, who was a TQ, took second place, and Stephen Hollenshed, who qualified third and finished third in the Midwest mod class. Yeah. Not much. Your top three finished top three. You know, basically, a good ran race, the 50-lap race. Only had a couple cars that broke down in that race. Other than that, congratulations, Doug Stone, for taking the win there.
And those top three guys are always real fast, anyways.
Yeah, they were fast all night. You know, they were basically, if I'm not mistaken, just to make double sure. Doug and Michael finished on the lead lap. Stephen 2 laps down. Fourth was a lap down. Brett Bennett now a lap down. So I mean, Doug was just he was on a rail going through there. Short course mod action. this one was exciting. David Rollingham, TQ, took the win, led all 50 laps. The excitement came in that second place was Cole Graves, who bumped out of the B main. So he bumped out of the B main, started 9th, and finished 2nd. You know, that's awesome right there. And Dustin Ehlers finished 3rd, started 2nd, finished 3rd. But another great story was the other bump out of the B main, Charlie McDowell. He bumped out of the B main, started 10th, finished 5th.
Yep.
You know, so great race. Cody McGowan, though, was right there. He was there running with David. You know, he was, he had David right in the front bumper, wasn't pushing the issue, you know, was running a smart race. Got in a wreck, got spun around, got twisted up, and just could not recover from that.
And
you know,
you posted one of his videos on, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, someone they posted a video, of his race.
Check it out. That was a good race. It shows the A main. It was good.
It showed a great race, you know. But Cody was right there. I thought for sure, watching him race, he was running a good, smart race. Wasn't pushing the issue with David. Kept right there on his back bumper. Just reminded him that he was there. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna come down to the wire.
Yeah.
And then got through lap traffic, you know.
He got hung up, and then it just kind of went chaos for him.
He did. He got spun, got hit, got spun. It just took him forever to get back in the groove on that one right there. So I was looking for a good finish there. Cody started 6th, finished 6th, 2 laps down. But of course the B main bumps, it just shows you're never out of it, you know. Congratulations to Cole, you know, for a bump out of the B main and finished 2nd in the short course mod. Late model. Late model action. You talk about a tight race.
It was tight.
That was a tight race. This thing went back and forth. So what you had is, congratulations to Eric Ganemy for winning the race, first and foremost. He won the race. Started 4th and won the race. Dustin Ehlers took 2nd and Stephen Hollenshed took 3rd. Stephen was the TQ, started 1.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin started 3rd and Eric started 4th. It went back and forth between them because you had Eric, who led 29 of the 50 laps. Dustin led 12 of the 50 laps, and Stephen led 9 of the 50 laps. The top 3 finished within 3 seconds of each other.
Yeah.
You know, 3 seconds. And the average lap, basically your average lap was
just throwing down some smoke.
6.3, 6.5s, you know, was basically the average right there on that way. But the top 3 finished 3 seconds of each, and I know I was getting excited calling it, and I was probably got a little overexcited because I knew this was going down the wire.
Yeah.
You know, Dustin was 1.7 seconds behind Eric, and you know, just one little wave, a little hiccup. You know, what's it going to be at the line? And I know I got excited on that one right there. But you also had Chris Gawith. You know, he ran a lap in 2nd and 7 and 3rd. He worked his way up, got himself caught up in some traffic, you know, and then fell himself back. So he was up in the mix there for a while. So he basically had a four car race, you know. Rick Salter was up there. He finished 4th. He was up there for a while.
Brett did good. He started 9th and finished 5th. So good run for him.
Another good run for Brett. Definitely was an exciting race with that late model race, and I love it when it comes on a wire like it did. 410 sprints.
Now I gotta say, to me, this is probably This was probably the best 410 sprint race I've seen. Yeah. Even at the Chili. I mean, counting the Chili Bowl. I mean, these guys. I don't think there was one major tangle at all during this race. I don't recall it, and I marshaled that race, and 9 times out of 10, one car gets wrecked up, it just flies everywhere and hits 2 or 3 other cars. I don't recall that being the case at all during this race. It was really clean and really fast.
It was clean and fast.
Yeah.
You know, it was definitely clean and fast. So on the TQ was Michael Brown, and the winner was Michael Brown, and led all 50 laps in the 50 lap race. His car was definitely tuned in. I would say he didn't run anybody out of town, because Stephen Holland should have finished 2nd, started 3rd, finished 2nd, was basically 5.8 seconds behind him, which is just less than a lap, you know. But he was right there. But Michael Brown's car was it was solid.
Yeah.
You know, it was just solid, you know, and it didn't have a hiccup out there. Led all 50 laps, took that. Ryan Trask, yep, I said your name right, Ryan, okay, even though I got it spelled wrong. In the computer system, started fourth, finished third in that race, one lap off off first and second, 49 laps. Big story though was the bumps. So David Burlingame, who bumped out of the B main, started ninth, finished fourth.
Yeah, good run.
And Eric Ganemy, who was another bump out of the B main, started 10th, finished sixth. You know, so hats off to them. Again, it shows it's never over. Felt horrible for David Myers. David Myers started second, qualified second, started second. Car looked amazing in the heat races. I'm not sure what he did. I didn't get to talk to him afterwards. I don't know if he changed tires or what he did, but he was running behind Michael for a while, but the car didn't look very stable like it did in the heat races.
But he was running up front for what, 5 or 6 laps, wasn't he?
Well, he ran
up in the top two, I
he,
believe.
he ran second for 5 laps.
Yeah.
But when I was watching his car out there compared to the heat races, his car looked like it was on rails in the heat races. When that race started, you could just tell the car wasn't as stable. And I was like, I wonder did he change tires or
Fell
something?
off a little bit.
You know, did he not keep up with the track or what happened? He still ran 5 of those laps, but he was just falling behind Michael, and then just ended up getting himself into a jam, you know, somewhere, and then he just couldn't recover. But the car didn't look like it did in the heat races at all, because I was like, man, David, I was feeling pretty good for David. I was like, man, I think he's gonna give Michael a run for his money, you know, in that race, because his car looked pretty solid, you know, and both those guys running a Plan B car, you know, a sprint car, and they looked solid, and David just couldn't get their car back underneath them. Oh, and one quick reminder too, we forgot to say at the very beginning was, if you're on a watch party and you make comments, we can't see your comments in the watch party. So
right.
That was the last podcast. That was an issue. People didn't understand why we didn't see their comments or replied, was because they were in a watch party and we don't see those over here. So again, if you're watching a watch party, hey, thanks for watching, appreciate that. But if you got a comment, you want to ask us something, you got to get over to our page and make that comment so we can see it. We can't see you in a watch party. But 410 Sprint, great race. That was an exciting race to watch. And like you said, it was a good, clean, ran race. And those are just fun to watch. And of course, we're going to talk about the future.
The young gun.
Novice is the track future, and 14 entries that night.
Yeah.
And novice. Did not expect that at all with the novice. Thank you to all the parents that brought the kids out that raced in that class. I mean, there was a lot of kids in that class that raced, that came out there and ran novice. So hats off to Zach Nelson, who started third and won that race, and Ed Bick, who started second, finished second. You know, Ed's got 3 cars. You know, he's a novice racer. He's got 3 cars. So of course he had to enter novice in the 2 other classes, but he's a first-time racer.
Right.
You know, so
I think that's Zach's first race, and Zach said he's gonna move up short course late model.
Yeah, he's ready
to move up.
Confidence. Gotcha, young man. Confidence.
Good deal.
And this was Ed's first race. You know, he built those cars at the end of last year.
Right.
So he built 3 cars over the winter time. This was his first race, you know, as a racer.
Yeah.
And he was in 3 classes, you know. So hats off to Ed. He came to play, you know, with 3 cars, 3 classes. Looking forward to seeing them during the year. And Landon Scheller, who was the TQ for novice, finished third in there. But hey, thanks to everybody. Jeremy, Lillian, Cody, Weston, Hudson, Gunner, and Logan. Kids.
Gunner bought a street stock.
Oh, did he?
He did. He bought a street stock. I talked to his dad. He didn't want to change it over for the novice race, but I believe the next time Gunner comes out, he's going to be racing. He'll have a street stock in the race.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
But you know what a joy! You look up at the driver's stand, you see kids.
Oh, yeah.
You see their parents up there behind them helping them, you know.
And they go out and they marshal.
And they marshal.
They marshal better than the adults.
And we did. We posted, and we posted a picture of them out there, young guns.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
young guns out there marshaling,
Yep.
and they love it. I love it. I love seeing them. I love seeing mom and dad with the little one on the track, up there coaching them, trying to get around the track. That's the future of the sport, novice class. So that was an amazing sight. Hats off to the novice. Thank you, parents, for bringing them out and hanging with us. You know, so hang to the end out there. Just excited that we had the novice class out there. So that's basically how we finished the night, Saturday night. A fun night. I had a great night. You know, I just was excited, nervous, and excited. That was the first race we had at the new facility, so there was a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
So that was hats off to everybody for coming out. So next event that we have at the track is the 30 May Show Me State. Show Me State race number 2 in the series, because we lost the race at PBR in April to the COVID-19 issue.
Yes, sir.
Hey, and thanks to all the racers for understanding. You know, we had to wear those masks on the driver's stand because of the situation. Everybody did a great job of doing that and following those guidelines that we had to put out there, and we appreciate that. We still got to be safe. We still got to be conscious of what's going on with the whole COVID-19, and we thank everybody for doing that. So next big event is the Show Me State coming up 30 May. So it's race number 2. We lost, like I said, we lost the April race at PBR. However, we are working to make that race up. So in the schedule, I believe it's in July that we didn't have a race scheduled. So right now we're trying to verify that we don't step on any other tracks. And that, because it's a Show Me State, you know, we don't want to step on any tracks from the locations that racers are coming from. So it's not just tracks around the PBR Speedway. It's like if people are coming from the All-Star area or the Triple H area, we're trying to make sure that we're not stepping on a track down there, because that's how we do things.
Right.
The Show Me State basically is trying to promote the Missouri tracks, not take away from Missouri tracks. So we're trying to find a place to schedule that in July, make up that race that we lost in April in July. So we keep those we keep all those races there.
Tech Eddie's got a question.
So Friday practice for this race, yes, there is a Friday practice. It should be on the flyer. I'm not sure. I thought I put in the flyer. If I didn't, I apologize. I knew I wrote it down someplace. Isn't it say Friday night practice, $10, 6 to 9 p.m.? Yeah, it's right there to go. Yeah, Friday night practice for this race. If you want to camp at the track, you can camp at the track. If you need a place to stay, let us know. We are only 10 miles from St. Robert. Okay, so St. Robert, there's every brand of hotel.
More hotels per capita in the state of Missouri.
Yeah, is because of the base. And every restaurant you could think of, name brand restaurants are there. So St. Robert is the place where you would find a hotel, and that is basically from the hotel probably 12, 13 miles.
Yeah, not very far
from the track.
Straight shot,
17. You know, right there on old Route 66. So if you come down for Friday, if you want to camp at the track, yes, that's good to go, weather permitting, obviously, and all the common sense things. If you want to spend the night, and St. Robert is the town that you need to go and look for a hotel. So Friday night practice, $10, unlimited vehicles, 6 to 9-ish. That could go longer, perhaps. You know, we never know how that might go.
It's always an issue at Outlaw Lane.
You know, and then of course, and then that Saturday race, 30 May, race number 2. All the points are posted. Again, you go to our website to find everything you need to know about the Show Me State rules. The support class is street stock. We do run a 13.5, so it's Outlaw Lane rules, street stock rules for that class. As we remind everybody, for all the classes minus wingless, it's open tire. Wingless is DE because DE does sponsor that class, that wingless class. So that is you got to have DE tires for that class, but everything else is open to include the support class is open tire. Check out our website for all the rules for the Show Me State and the rules for Outlaw Lane. You can find that website. It's on the poster and there it is above us. Magic, how that appears.
Yes.
So that is
Another
the,
question from Shane. I don't know about that. We'd have to ask Ashley and John
Yep.
probably.
yep, we do not know if it will be open. I don't want to answer the pit stop. The pit stop, so everybody understands, the pit stop is its own
Yep.
identity. You know,
Yes, sir.
it's not owned by the track. You know, the pit stop is its
Correct.
own fast food joint, so to speak. So we'll get with Ashley and John, and I'm sure they'll post something about that way before the event happens. You know, what they're willing to do for Friday night. But good question.
Yeah, it is. That's a real good question.
Well,
there
there
you
it
go.
is.
Pit
Yes.
stop will be open.
Friday night for practice.
So
There it is.
bring your cars and come hungry.
Definitely. So practice Friday night. We'll see what else we may put something. We may throw something on that night. You know, maybe a little street stock special. Throw some money in the pot. You know, little race. You know, it's been known to happen.
Maybe.
Been known to happen. But yeah, come down Friday night if you want. If not, Saturday, 30 May, Show Me State, race number 2, that Outlaw Lane. That's where you want to be at. The best of the best coming around the state of Missouri will be at that race. We hope to see you there. And so we're gonna check it. Yes, Shane, you
Ain't
let
ever happened.
you let the hat out. You know, yeah, they've added to their menu. There will be chicken strips on that menu for that race. You better be the first one in line. And yes, Eddie, it might be something like that.
Little dash for the
Yeah.
cash.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how many people show up. When we got out there, we might put a little thing on that night and have some fun.
I like that.
Have some fun that night. But yeah, race number 2. So if you miss race number 1, there is one drop in this race series, so you're not out of nothing. You know,
Right.
You just that was your drop. So you haven't missed anything. I know I had some racers that were there Saturday night that specifically asked about the Show Me State series because they were following it, but they kind of had some questions about the fact that they couldn't come to that first race. I said, yeah, it's one drop. It's a one drop series. So there you go. You're not out of anything.
Coming from Indiana. All right.
Oh, Indiana, we like to add that to
Hey,
the.
Jerry, if you have any issues, let us know as far as hotels or whatnot. Let us know. We'll help you out as much as we can,
Yeah,
bud.
definitely.
Or if you want to camp out, either way.
Yeah, no problem. We're waiting for live video. Connecting to live video, and there we are. We disappeared, and we're back.
I don't know if you heard us, Jerry, but if you need help getting hotels or if you want to camp out at Outlaw Lane, let us know because you're coming from Indiana. That's a good trip
Yep, we'll do what we can to support you on that.
for sure.
Okay, so again, there's a schedule for the series that currently stands. You know, we understand that we're losing internet everywhere around here.
It's
The producer.
The COVID-19 internet.
Are we back?
And we're back live. I think. Waiting for live video interrupted, broadcast.
So it must be, you know, Lisa must be up there like tearing up some
Playing
band.
video games. She's playing Call of Duty.
We have nothing.
Oh, we just gotta wait. There's nothing you do. You gotta wait for it to come back. You know, there's nothing to click on or click off. Video BPS is 0. There we are.
Here we go.
And we're
having
back.
some- I think we're having some technical
And the
difficulties.
producer was doing so good. He was trying to get back his producer hat,
Yeah.
and now we lost some video there. You know. so-
Producer doesn't run Comcast.
Oh,
So
terrible.
we got some breaks in there. I think. Are we caught back up? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, we're caught back up because it's showing up.
Okay.
Okay, so where were we?
We were talking about.
Boy, that was a squirrel. Oh yeah, the schedule. We understand. So we understand that the July race wasn't originally on the schedule. Family, you know, everybody makes plans for the summer. I'm not sure how much people have worked on making plans for the summer, but we do understand, and if there's some concern that we do finalize a July date, okay, and that really people, you know, like, man, we already had family plans because you didn't have any
Right.
schedule for July. Give me that feedback. As you know, I'm the one who runs the Show Me State series. Give me that feedback if we're able to put this together and make up that April race in July. You know, because we don't want to take away from you know, the fact that we didn't originally have a race scheduled for July, and people made plans.
Right.
And we wanna be understanding to that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we wanna be understanding to that.
Yes, sir.
However, it will not be July 18th.
But it won't be July 18th because Bandit National Pull is that weekend. And of course, we gotta put a spot out there for the Bandit National Pull, the only national pulling event. That's gonna be out there this summer. There was none in the spring. There won't be another nationals won't be until October. So this pull right here, nationally, RC truck and tractor pulling, that is the place to be, 18 July, right there in St. Robert. We rented out the entire skating rink, building 2 tracks. Doesn't get any better than this. Unfortunately, our sponsor for you see their BFA pullers, who we were to give away as sportsmen, unfortunately, Dave Melton passed away.
He did.
RC pulling community took a huge loss, and condolences to his family out there for that. They have a benefit pull on 30 May for him, go down in Kentucky. The RC pulling world lost a legend, a manufacturer, a creator, an innovator in the RC pulling world. Sadly lost his life to cancer last week. And we condolences out to the Kentucky community, the Kentucky Pulling Club down there. They're gonna have a benefit pull from the 3rd of July. I know we have Rick and them going from here down there to do the benefit pull. So we're trying to figure out, work the issue of, trying to still have a raffle giveaway, ready to pull vehicle.
Right.
So we're still trying to figure that out right now, what we're gonna do. But 18 July, that's your national level pull. Everything you can expect. We got great sponsors. We have great companies, RC companies that provided stuff for us to give away. And we can't thank AAA Foam, who's the primary sponsor for that, who's helping put that on in the Retroplex skating rink in St. Robert, where we're gonna be doing that great family event that's got laser tag, arcades, it's got a restaurant inside, everything under one roof. And we're working on getting discounts for hotels and other
I'm
restaurants.
gonna go out tomorrow personally, and hopefully we'll get a short list of hotels and restaurants that will offer us discounts for pullers.
So definitely, and if you're ever curious about this, and come on down, it's free to get in. You ever seen it? If you haven't seen this before, any of our videos, but you want to see it live, and we already got confirmation from some of the pullers from Kentucky are coming. Rumor has it pullers from Wisconsin, and we have not a confirmed, but someone from Tennessee coming. That's the big pulling world. We're the farthest ones that pull west.
Right.
So we're really hoping that Tennessee, Kentucky, Wisconsin come down, because I really want them to see what Missouri pulling is all about, and make sure they understand that the best pullers are in Missouri.
Right.
So challenge out to your pullers from Kentucky, Tennessee. Come in my backyard. Take home some moonshine jugs. Try to, anyways.
And we have a 2-wheel drive slash.
Have
So
two-wheel
if you
drive.
just got a slash, you can come out and pull. You don't have to have, $800, $1,000 wrapped up in a truck. Just bring your slash, hook it up to the sled, see how far it goes.
And so that's our plug for Bandit Pull. This was all about the 5th Annual Ozark RC Shootout, brought to you by Adicott, Lawn Care and Tree Service. And we want to again thank them for all their support in the race last Saturday. I want to thank you, the racers, for coming out and making that a huge event. And hats off to everybody that helped us put that event on. And we truly hope everybody had a great time. We learned some things as a track. We learned some things as a track that we're going to improve on or make better. We're definitely going to make some things better that we noticed once we got everything turned on, everything going, and we got all those people out there that we can make this even better for them. But again, thank you for everybody. Appreciate it. We appreciate the comments that we all got here. Like Jerry, we definitely let us know if we can help you out any way.
Yeah, for
Coming
sure,
that far.
Gary. Yep.
Anybody coming from a long distance, definitely let us know if you need some help with hotels or something, or information about the area. Let us know. We do everything we can to help it out, make that trip and arrival much easier and smoother for the Show Me State race taking place 30 May, Outlaw Lane, race number 2 out of a 7-race series, and we'll try to make up that 3rd race hopefully in July. More to follow on that. In a couple of weeks, try to work that out, and we'll post whenever we find something out. We'll post it. All right, Dan, I think we caught up on all the comments. Anything we didn't see? Yep, Dan's give us thumbs up. We caught up with the comments. Any final, and just remind that bounty didn't happen, for your street stock bounty didn't happen.
Right.
And, I didn't know, did you have any freedom
I
facts?
do have a couple freedom facts.
Freedom facts.
Alright, Dan, if you could pull up the schedule for Outlaw Lane. I'm going to throw this out there. Call me crazy,
And you are.
but
And you are.
I don't think anybody's got anything for John Baxter this year. I really, truly don't.
We're still on the John Baxter.
Yep. And I'm gonna throw down, when's our next Outlaw Lane race? And it will not be at the SMS race because he is busy with many classes during SMS, and I'm not gonna take away from that.
So 6 June.
6 June. 6 June, if you can beat John Baxter in the A main, I'm gonna give you $100.
What class?
Street stock.
Street stock.
Street stock.
We have up to
$100.
that. First it was, you got $15.
Yeah, I'm not playing.
You're
no more.
five, you're five.
I'm not playing no more because this is a fact. This is a freedom fact that nobody's got anything for John Baxter.
Street stock, A main.
Street stock A main.
You gotta beat him.
You
You
gotta
gotta
beat
win the A main.
Yeah.
That's
You
it.
gotta win the A
yeah,
main.
so-
You gotta be sitting behind the number one on the
I want to
podium.
clarify because that happened before.
It's
was
not just
if you
okay.
finish fourth, third, second, or
Right.
first, you get $100.
if you win
You gotta be the guy. To
the
beat
A
him.
main
Wow.
for street stock. I'm gonna throw $100 at you because I don't think you can do it. So that's my freedom fact number one. Freedom fact number two. Zach Nelson moving up short course late model. He will win a race this year. He will win a race this year in the short course late model. Freedom fact. That.
I'll be looking straight in that camera saying that.
Huh?
Are you looking straight in that camera saying that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't think Zach will win?
No, it's your world, brother.
Zach's gonna win. He'll win a short course late model.
What? Talk about pressure on a rookie.
And I'll bet you well, his dad's not racing short course late model because I was gonna put that in 3 races he'd beat him, but
Okay.
he'll win.
You only have 2 freedom facts?
That's all I got right now.
That's good.
That's all I got right now. I can't afford anymore. But seriously, bring your A game. If you want $100 and you've got a street stock and you think you can beat John Baxter, be there on 6 June.
All right, you heard it there from Freedom Facts, straight from Mr. Americana, Jesse. Car count for next SMS race, we're probably, our estimate right now, based on what the first race was, we're probably looking at 60. I think around 60 is what we're estimating for the next SMS race. Now, you don't have to be in the SMS series to come make that race.
No.
You don't have to be in the SMS series. If you can come race the SMS series, and you'll kind of go to any other SMS race, other tracks, that's perfectly fine. So some people, I did get a message, what if I'm not in the series, can I still race?
Come out and race.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a race. For those.
Be a spoiler.
Yeah, definitely be a spoiler. Take some points away from somebody.
For sure.
So you definitely can come out. Big street stock turnout coming your way,
We'll see, Shane.
June 6th.
See, Shane.
And that's to anybody who wants to show up. That's open.
Yeah,
That's open.
that's anybody.
Street stocks, you heard it here, Freedom Facts, right
I don't
from the
think
man,
anybody's got it.
Mr. Americana.
I don't think you got it.
Yep. Okay, all right, that's about wraps up what we were going to talk about tonight. Give you that rundown on what took place last Saturday. Yeah, unfortunately, we had to cancel the pull for this Saturday due to circumstances out of our control. But Mother Nature looks like she wasn't going to allow us to do it to begin with because we got rain scheduled
She's
for
been pretty rugged.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So there is no pull, as the schedule says, for this Saturday. We've already canceled that pull. So our next event at the track is 30 May because Memorial Weekend, whenever it has a good time, hopefully you can get out and enjoy Memorial Weekend and do something safely out and get out of the house. Then we come right back 30 May SMS race at Outlaw Lane. Other than that, that's all I got. Stay safe, take care of yourself,
Hey.
take care of your buddies.
Yep. Sorry, that was my fault.
I don't know, what are you doing?
I don't know, messing around.
All right.
Making noise.
All right, everybody. We'll catch up to you after the SMS race. We can give you a recap.
Yes, we will.
Take
Thanks,
care.
everybody. Don't forget, June 6th, bring your street stocks. We'll talk about it again.
Bye.